welcome back to my channel. Today it's going to be a different kind of video with the release of Strangerville. I think that's how you pronounce it. I keep calling it Strangeville in my head because I'm just like, no, it's Strangetown. I thought I'd do a video on Bella Goth because I love Bella Goth. I've known her since 2000 when I started playing The Sims. And I get some comments and it's like, I only know really about her backstory in The Sims 2 because of me. Because I always talk about her and I'm like, what did happen to her though? Can we just, yeah. But which I did talk about in my conspiracy theory video, which I will link up there if you want to go watch it. But this video is a birth to death basically of Bella Goth, talking about when we first got introduced to her and finally her death, whilst talking about these series of what happened to her. Because, you know, it's been a long time now, we need to know. I'm going to talk about this in a chronological order, following the timeline of the games and ignoring The Sims 4 because The Sims 4 is an alternate universe, so that doesn't follow the same lines. So the first time we actually get introduced to Bella Goth is as a child in The Sims 3. She lives with her mum and dad at Jocasta and Simis Bachelor and a brother Michael Bachelor, and she's a child and she is known as Bella Bachelor then because obviously, you know, she wasn't married to Mortimer Goth or anything. She wasn't like the ultimate gothic woman. Can relate though, like I will be emo forever. And her traits are good, lucky and brave, which, I mean, lucky could kind of be contested considering what happens to Bella Goth later on, but I'm not here to argue with that one. I'm just here to give you the facts, so we'll just, that one's by the by. She's got 1 point of the painting skill and her zodiac sign is Cancer, which, hey Bella Goth, me too, babe. And even as a kid, she was still a goth. Like, she was into all of her stuff. Her room had skulls on it. It was all decked out. She was very well behaved, actually, as a kid. And she was referred to as the best dressed girl around. And was still seen in a red dress even at that age because red was a favourite colour. With this information so far, with the gothic room and the red dress, like, she hasn't changed. Not at all. She's the same throughout all of the series. And also a little cute thing, at this time, her best friend is Mortimer Goth, which we know she ends up marrying later on, which is so cute. Childhood crushes. I mean, that doesn't really happen in real life. Very, very rarely, but it's The Sims. We can play make-believe and accept that as fact. So then from The Sims 3, we move on to The Sims 1. So The Sims 3 is the earliest in the timeline, then The Sims 1, then The Sims 2. So on The Sims 1, the timelines have changed a little bit. We see Bella Goth as an adult now, married to a childhood best friend, Mortimer Goth. Oh, can I get an amen? That is so cute. And she also has a child at this point called Cassandra, and she has the little glasses on and a little hair. And they do live in a gothic house in the default town that comes with the Sims game. The house is quite dark and gothic and not very light, basically. I wouldn't want to spend a night in there by myself. She does have some pastimes, actually. It's quite hard to imagine Bella as anything other than just this mysterious woman. I can't imagine her having hobbies. But she does like to play the golf, she likes to play piano, and she likes to paint, which kind of corroborates with the whole Sims 3 Bella Goth because she had 1 painting skill as a child. Now she's working her way up. And at this point we see that she has a big interest in the paranormal, which you could have guessed with all the goth things and the skulls as being a child, but it's also a massive hint towards the future. And I'll work that into when I'm talking about it. So the Bachelor family are there in game as well. So she's still with a family. You know, life's good for Bella right now. She's got a good husband, a freaky house, which she probably loves. She's got a nice daughter. Everything's going swimmingly. That is until we hit The Sims 2, which is just it's another ball game. This is going to take up the majority of the video because so much happens in The Sims 2. The Goth family are still living in a suburban type area, which is Pleasant View. Pleasant View has another long story to do with the land grabs, which I might do a video on if you want me to, like Sims information videos like these. So let me know if you want them. But yeah, they still live there in a very suburban area, still in a very gothic house. Again, still quite scary, but these gothic themes are still present. She hasn't changed that much. Mortimer is now old. Cassandra is an adult and they now have a child called Alexander. And Cassandra is engaged to the local heartthrob, the ladies' man, Don Lothario, which, that to be honest, that was going to go down like a lead balloon from the get-go. That was not going to work. And we also know that Michael Bachelor, Bella's brother, who we've met before in the series, is the late husband of Dina Caliente, which also plays into the storyline a little bit. But we can't see Bella, we can't play with Bella. Bella's gone. Never see this face again. She's still there in the family tree. You can still see a picture. A picture's green, which means she's not dead, but she's missing. Hasn't been for too long because Alexander can still remember and he's only a child. Mortimer and Cassandra still have recent memories with her, so she hasn't been gone for too long at this point. And like I said, her face isn't greyed out, so we can rule out that there's been like a murder or an accidental death. But what makes this story weird is her last known location was on Don Lothario's deck, who is the fiance of her child Cassandra Goth. And Don's memories and photo albums show that he tried to make make a romantic move on it and got denied, which it's pretty bad going. Like, if you're going to cheat on your fiance, it's probably best not to do it with your fiance's mum, because you'd just go and tell your daughter, wouldn't you? You'd be like, nah, don't marry him. Or it could be worse, and you could cheat with your mum. I don't know what'd be worse. Both of them would be worse. I don't know. That's just a horrible situation. God bless Cassandra, the real victim in this. So that is the last thing that we know happened for definite. We've got their memories and his photo albums showing that. But straight after this, Bella Goth was missing. Like, gone, poof, into thin air. Nobody knows where she's gone. There's nothing to say she was here, she was there. All the furniture in a house is still exactly as it was. That hasn't been touched. So she hasn't ran away or left her husband. And what's suspicious is the Caliente, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's how I pronounce it. Their family bio says, was it just coincidence that the Caliente sisters arrived on the eve of Bella's disappearance? And is their interest in Mortimer physical or fiscal? So fiscal, I'm pretty sure it means like money. And are they interested in his money? Are they interested in him? And also, what is interesting is the Calientes are part alien. They have alien blood, alien relatives, ancestors and whatnot. So they are part alien, which makes things weirder, because the three options that we have here is that Bella was killed by the Caliente sisters because they have an interest in Mortimer. They want Mortimer's money, want Mortimer's house, they want maybe his body, but he an old man, who's gonna want that? Although some people, and you know what, if you do want an older man, you do you, babes. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to deliver information. But judging though I am, I'm not though. So like, if you do, want to get with older man, that's fine. So there is this theory that obviously they want his money, they want his body, possibly. And they also have a link to Bella because Dina was Bella's brother's wife or widow now, because he dead, he gone. So they already know this family. They know the money that they have. They know the house that they have, the life that they lead. They know Bella. They know Mortimer, probably know the kids. It might make sense for them to maybe want to kill or harm Bella Goth to get her out of the picture so they can swoop in and go and get Mortimer and take his money, have him themselves. But there is a lot of grounds in this theory, but it also doesn't make sense because Bella's not dead. You can see in the family tree her picture's green. She's definitely not dead. She alive. She out there somewhere. For them to have killed her to go after Mortimer's money doesn't make sense. Doesn't mean that there wasn't any foul play, but there's definitely something a little bit weird there. Then the next theory is that because Don Lothario tried to, do his freaky, work his magic, do the old razzle dazzle on Bella, and then gets rejected, obviously, because, family always. He done something against her to kind of shut her up. But again, that doesn't necessarily work because she's still alive unless he's keeping her somewhere in his house. But if you play his house, there's nothing there, none of her furniture, none of her things, no sign that she's been there apart from on that deck. So that leaves us with the option that the last place she was on the deck, and we definitely know Don Lothario was there, but he doesn't know where she's gone. Now, the only other thing on that deck was a telescope, which leads me to the theory that Bella was abducted by aliens. This is actually the most agreed upon theory within the full Sims community, so you probably already know this one. What kind of confirms this theory is that obviously the telescope, you can get abducted by aliens in The Sims 2. She's been sighted in Strangetown, and when she's been in Strangetown, she's had no memories, which kind of indicates with the alien experimentation that something was going on there, something was not quite right. She's been tested on lost her memories. And to push this theory even further, the Caliente sisters arrived on the night of Bella's disappearance. They're part alien. I haven't really said it, but Strangetown is like a big town in The Sims 2 that's all about weird things happening, like aliens and stuff. There is an alien presence in Strangetown, but I forgot to mention that. Could they have got their connections to kidnap her, get her out of the picture, so not necessarily killing her, just leaving no sign of her apart from the sightings that we see in Strangetown, so they could go after his money? And I think that's the most plausible theory. The most accepted theory is that she was abducted by aliens on his deck, but the theory I believe is that happened, but it's because of the Caliente sisters. They're not good. And because The Sims 4 is on an alternate timeline, we're not going to know the future. We're not going to know what happened to her. We don't know if she ever got reconnected with the other family. We don't know where she ended up, although Strangetown, because she's been sighted there, but we don't know who took her there. We can't know anything about that. That's gone. So unfortunately, we don't know if Mortimer ever got reunited with the love of his life. We don't know if Alexander or Cassandra ever got to see the mum again. All we know is that Cassandra and Don Lothario did not get married. She got left at the altar, God bless her soul. The only future we do know about Bella Goth is that Bella Goth did definitely die, and we can see this with Luna Lakes. And the Sims team has said that the worlds in The Sims 3 are on different timelines themselves. So The Sims 3 Lunar Lakes town is further in the future than the town that Bella as a child was in. So in Lunar Lakes, we can actually see Bella Goth's grave, which the Sims team has also confirmed is the same Bella from Pleasant View and Strange Town. But there's no confirmation on how she got there or if she ever reunited with a family, which I think is really, really sad. It is quite sad. And she seems there and she's quite gaunt, but it suits with how people look in Lunar Lakes. So that is everything that I have. That is the entire life and death and theories of Bella Goth. Let me know in the comments what you think happened to her, if you've ever played with her from The Sims 1 or The Sims 2 or The Sims 3 actually, because I know some people started with The Sims 4. So let us know down below. Let me know if you want any other videos like this or if you don't. Also, all of the references and the links that I used to find information about this will be in the description as well. Give credit. So with that being said, I'm going to end it here. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm a fun time. We have fun on this channel, I like to believe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.